Hi everyone, I am going to show you what you're going to be doing to get on to the sites that are going to help you for your current events. I'm going to be using the World History website, but this will work the same. The only difference is that for my US history, you guys are going to have to make sure that you're on the US history site, okay? Um, Hola a todos, les voy a enseñar cómo van a hacer sus current events, cómo van a llegar al sitio que les va a ayudar para los current events. Ahorita lo voy a estar haciendo con la página de World History, pero ustedes nomás van a hacer los mismos pasos, solo que tienen que asegurarse que estén en la página de nosotros para la historia de los Estados Unidos, okay? So first thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that you are on our webpage, right? You have to make sure that you're on our webpage. Asegúrense que estén en la página para su clase, and then you will go to more, and then you are going to click on current events. Luego van a ir a más, aquí en más, y hacerle click a current events, ¿ok? Aquí puse diferentes fuentes de diferentes periódicos de todo el mundo que van a poder usar. Otra vez, esto es para mi clase de historia mundial, para mi clase de Estados Unidos se va a ver un poquito diferente. So here I put a bunch of different links that we're going to be able to use to get different news sources, okay? Again, this is for my world history. If you are in my US history class, then the websites are going to look a little bit different. So what you're going to do is you're just going to check some of these out, right? Let's say I want to, I'm interested in doing a current event on a country in Asia. So I could click this source. And then it would take me here. I can check it out. And if there's something that I like, I can go ahead and choose that article to make my current event on, okay? So let me go back and explain this. So, por ejemplo, ustedes van a tener la oportunidad de escoger un sitio, una página para hacer su current event. So, por ejemplo, si escojo esta, voy a ver un artículo que a mí me llame la atención y, y voy a hacer mi current event en ese artículo. Okay? Now that I have my article picked, the one that I want to use, right? I'm going to go and head on to Schoology. Ahora que ya tengo mi artículo y ya sé qué quiero hacer, voy a ir y me voy a ir a Schoology. And esto se ve diferente para mí, se va a ver diferente para ustedes. This is just a sample, so it's going to look different for you. But you're going to pick on current event number 1. Y van a hacer click en current event number 1. Se debería de ver algo así. It should look something like this. Okay? You're going to click on it. Le van a hacer click. Y los va a llevar a algo que se parece así. And it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. If you are going to do this current event in English, you're going to be focusing on the first 3. Si ustedes van a hacer el current event en inglés, ustedes se van a enfocar en las primeras 3. Si me lo van a entregar en el español, ustedes se van a enfocar en las últimas 3. No tienen que hacer los 2, nomás tienen que hacer uno. You do not have to do both. You just have to do either the English or the Spanish. I'm going to leave that up to you guys to decide what you want to do. Okay? Okay, for right now, I am going to focus on the English one. And if I notice, it's kind of small. So I'm going to go on Zoom and I'm going to put zoom in. Okay? And now I can see it a lot better. Como está un poco chiquito, no lo puedo ver bien. Lo voy a hacer aquí en Zoom y lo voy a agrandar. Ella está muy grande, entonces lo voy a hacer un poquito más chico. Y voy a trabajar así. So, todo lo que tengo que hacer es presionar este botoncito para que se quite el zoom. All I have to do is press that button and the zoom will go away. Okay? So if I click here, I'm going to add my name. enter my period, and today's date, which is the 26th. So lo que voy a hacer, es todo lo que tengo que hacer, es presionar las cajitas. Voy a poner mi nombre, mi periodo y la fecha de ahora. Okay? Super easy. This current event is going to be current event number 1. Este current event va a ser current event number 1. Oops. Y si está muy chiquito, ustedes háganlo más grande para que quepa, ¿no? If it's too small, you guys can change the font to make it bigger. So, what do I have to do now? All I have to do now is fill in these boxes, okay? So, for example, the article I read is titled, well, I don't remember what my article is titled. I'm going to go check it out. The article I read is titled, Las fronteras de Colombia estarán cerradas hasta el 1 de octubre. I'm just going to put Colombian borders closed until October. And I should have picked an English article, but oh well. So I read this article on, yo leí este artículo, right? Y todo lo que estoy haciendo ahorita en inglés, ustedes lo van a poder hacer en español. El periódico se llama Fronteras de Colombia. Son Fronteras de Colombia. And it looks kind of weird. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to move it so that the line's not on it. It might take you a little bit, but I think you should get it. Y si las cajas no se ven un poquito bien, como si está mal, nomás muévanlo. Nomás muévanlo hasta que se mire bien. Pero yo lo voy a poder leer, so don't worry about it if it looks a little weird. I'll be able to read it. Okay? The author of the article is, el autor del artículo es, a ver si dice el autor. I'm looking for the author. I don't think this has an author. I think it was done by a couple of authors. So for this one, I'm going to put Redacción Nacional, right? It's by Redacción Nacional, so that's what I'm going to put here. So I'm going to put Redacción Nacional. And there we go. Okay? That's the author. This article is taking place in, este artículo está está en Colombia. Colombia. And if it gives you a specific city, write that in. So si les está dando una ciudad específica, pueden escribirlo, ¿no? Pero aquí dice, se trata sobre todo el país. But here it's talking about the entire country. So that's okay. The article was published on, el artículo fue publicado, dice aquí que hace una hora, entonces it's right here, right? It says it was published an hour ago, so I'm going to put today's date, 8/26/2020. So remember, you guys have to make sure that you're picking an article no more than 2 weeks old, okay? So pick something recent. Acuérdense que tienen que escoger un artículo que no esté más de 2 semanas que ya esté escrito. Entonces, escojan algo reciente. All right, so I try to make this super easy for you guys, and I give you sentence starters right here, okay? If you don't have to use all of these. If you're a super strong writer, if you know how to write, like if you feel confident in your writing, then you can use some of them, or you don't have to use them. You can do it on your own. But if you do struggle as a writer, then look to the side to use these sentence starters, okay? So, si ustedes se sienten, se confían en su habilidad de escritura, de escribir, pueden contestar las preguntas a su propia manera, ¿no? Si ustedes se sienten como que ya saben qué están haciendo, entonces no necesitan usar estas. Pero al lado les puse frases para ayudar, ¿no? Para empezar la escritura. Y aquí también los puse en español, ¿ok? So here we go, right? So I'm going to go and it says introducing the event or the issue. What happened, where, when, who was involved, be specific. I didn't read the article, so I'm just going to make stuff up, okay? So I'm going to start off with complete sentences, right? The article was about the closing of Colombia's borders. Okay. El artículo se trató sobre la que cerraron las fronteras de Colombia. Yo no he leído este artículo, entonces no me lo estoy inventando, right? It's taking place in Colombia. I already know that. The people involved are, and think about it, right? I'm sure the article mentions it, but anyone that wants to travel to Colombia or from Colombia are probably going to be involved, right? Y piensen, right? La gente que está involucrada son la gente que va a tratar de viajar a Colombia o que está tratando de viajar de Colombia. Entonces, usen eso. Obviamente ustedes ya leyeron, van a leer el artículo. I haven't. Yo no lo he leído, right? You guys have already read the article. At this point, I have not. So I'm just making this up, right? The people involved are people wanting to travel to and from Colombia. Okay. And I would just keep going with my sentence starters, or you're just introducing the issue, telling me about it. Okay. So yo voy a seguir usando estas si necesito apoyo, y si no, nomás con que contesten qué pasó, cuándo, quién, cosas así. Be specific. Voy a ser muy específico. Okay. La tercera parte requiere que empecemos a dar un poquito de más de detalles, yendo un poquito más profundo con nuestro comprendimiento, okay? The third part here is asking us to go a little deeper, right? We have to dig a little deeper into our understanding. We're going to have to start being a little more critical, okay? Why did it happen? What led to this? Who's responsible? Who's affected? Who got hurt? Does this article mention historical background? Again, I didn't read the article, but I am assuming the borders are closed because of coronavirus, right? De nuevo, yo no leí este artículo, pero voy a asumir que las fronteras están cerradas por el coronavirus. Entonces voy a escribir sobre eso, right? So this event took place because of the global pandemic going on right now because of coronavirus, right? The people responsible, and then that would be all depend on the article, right? La gente responsable. Eso, cómo contestan estas preguntas o cómo ustedes me dan un poquito de la información va a depender en el artículo que ustedes leyeron, right? So that's going to depend on the article that you wrote. I'm just kind of going forward with the steps so you could see how it works. Okay, this part here. Easy part, okay? This is probably one of the easiest parts of the current event, your evidence. It says, in this section, you will include a direct quote from the text. Use a quote that you found interesting, informational, or relevant to make a strong opinion in the next section. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your article, and then you're going to say, okay, I thought the most interesting quote was that Colombia has borders with 11 other countries, right? That quote really stood out to me. I think I'm going to have a lot to talk about for that part, right? So you're going to click here and just pick one of these, and that's it. I think for the quote, this is something new that I learned. I did not know that Colombia bordered with 11 countries. So I'm going to use this one. From the reading, I know that, comma, open my parentheses. I'm going to go back and I'm going to copy my quote exactly as I see it. Colombia tiene fronteras con 11 países. Colombia tiene fronteras con 11 países. Period. Close my quote. And that is it for this section. That's it. Okay? Entonces, para esta sección es muy fácil. Solo lo que necesitan poner es una cita que ustedes, una cita del artículo que les impactó o que les va a ayudar a hacer una opinión en la siguiente paso, ¿no? Pero aquí pueden usar todo lo que tienen que hacer es una cita y usar una de estas que está aquí para introducirla, ¿no? Para introducir su evidencia y eso es todo. Nomás con que pongan la cita, nada más. All right, so this last section is going to be your most important section. Not your most important section, it's all important. But this is going to be all you, all of your thoughts, processing. This is what's going to show me how your brain works, how you're thinking, right? So I need you to take the most effort and time into this part. And the reason that I say that is because you can pick whatever article you want. So you should pick something that interests you. If you're not interested in an article, don't read it. Don't waste your time reading something that you don't care about. Pick something you care about. If you pick something you care about, it's going to give you something to write about. Okay? And that's what I want to see. So en esta sección, la última sección, es la sección que me va de verdad a enseñar cómo están pensando en la información, cómo están procesando lo que están leyendo, ¿no? Entonces, quiero que escojan un artículo que les importe a ustedes o que les impacte. Acuérdense, yo no les estoy diciendo qué tienen que leer. Ustedes pueden escoger el artículo que ustedes quieran. Entonces, si escogen algo que ustedes valoran o a ustedes les importa, van a tener mucho que decir. Si no, entonces no van a escribir mucho. So, esto me va a enseñar cómo van desarrollando sus pensamientos, ¿no? This is going to show me how you're developing in your critical thinking skills. So I picked a whatever article. This means nothing to me. It was just for the example, right? But here you're going to say, you can write this article. If this doesn't fit, then don't use it. For example, this article didn't disappoint me. This article did make me realize that Colombia has 11 borders. I did learn that. If you're confused about something, if you're wondering why, your favorite thing about the article, it's important that the world knows about this. Why is this issue important, right? So you're gonna write what feels like it makes sense. You don't have to use all of these. These are just to help you. Las oraciones que están aquí no son mandatorias, no las tienen que usar, nomás usen las que les ayuda a ustedes, ¿no? Si no hace sentido con lo que quieren decir, no los usen. Or if you don't want to use any of them at all, don't use them, right? So I'm going to start off with this article was important to me because I did not know that Colombia had 11 that Colombia bordered with 11 other countries. And then period. Right? My favorite thing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you guys should fill this up. And I know the writing's kind of small. So maybe go to like a 12-point font for this. But you should have a lot of writing here, okay? So esta caja debería de estar llenita. So si está muy chiquito el font, pónganlo en 12 y traten de llenar esto, okay? Last thing, última cosa. Si quieren presentar este artículo los lunes para ganar extra crédito, creo que ustedes van a poder hacer share screen. Entonces, unas veces ayuda, ¿no? Si tenemos un visual. So, si aquí quieren poner esta foto, por ejemplo, I'm going to right click, put copy image, and then I can paste it. And then when I present, I have this visual to show as I'm explaining what my current event was about. Entonces, los lunes tienen oportunidad de ganar extra crédito. Entonces, cuando estén presentando y pueden hacer share screen para que la clase pueda mirar su artículo, o para que ustedes nos digan sobre su artículo, pueden poner una foto aquí, un visual, como que para que nos dé algo que ver cuando ustedes estén platicando, para tener algo aquí que ver, ¿ok? So then Ok, entonces a mí ahorita no me está dejando entregarlo por Schoology porque este es como un ejemplo. Pero van a tener que poner submit. Y con que hagan submit, ya me lo entregaron y ya no se tienen que preocupar de él. Right now, it's not letting me submit through Schoology because this is a fake class, okay? But for yours, it should give you something along here um, that says submit for yourself, okay? Once you hit submit, that's it. You don't have to worry about it. You've officially completed your current event, and I should be able to give you feedback and post your grade through Schoology directly. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to put this video up again on Schoology on the update section, so if you need to rewatch it, you'll have it available. Espero que les haya ayudado este video. Lo voy a poner en los update section de Schoology, so si lo necesitan ver otra vez, aquí lo van a tener.